The decisive battle between Mahito and Yuji reaches a conclusion and ends on a more devastating cliffhanger.
Nigga, I'm ghost.
That's dope.
They got Todo to move the masses again with some epic scenes with him as the centerpiece. But this episode was about Mahito and Yuji and their changes and their relationship, even their visions and their final metamorphosis. In an episode that couldn't even be blamed on ghosting, a few positive takeaways can be extracted from this narrative and its ending. Once again, the episode kicks off with a long intro, picking up from the prior episode in which they take the fight outside the train station. In his augmented state, Mahito is focused on Todo and his problematic technique, and trying to get it out of his way as quickly as possible. Todo's fight with Mahito's modified humans felt like something that was mentioned and faithful to the manga but didn't carry over to the anime because it had no importance with this episode. Perhaps it didn't fit into the pacing of the episode. It felt like it was fast forwarded when it could have added more excitement, whereas other fights are prolonged in the anime adaptation, as it should be because there's way more room for spectacle in the anime. I feel episode 45 went in the opposite direction, especially compared to how it started in episode 44. Very few moments were added, and the ones that weren't precisely memorable. In a season where they accustomed the viewer to great and creative intros, this one wasn't that special. Learning from the best. Since his first try at breaking the duo was unsuccessful, Mahito was forced to make his first massive leap, a technique only Gojo was able to put into practice. Kudos to Mahito, a technique that will allow Mahito to open his domain without Sukuna killing him or severely injuring him like he did in season 1. The ability to open his domain for 0.2 seconds after seeing Gojo do it once. You gotta give Mahito credit for that. Mahito's potential was unlimited, he just lacked the time to develop it. Despite Todo's efforts to protect himself from his domain, he still caught a stray which led him to sever his hand. Following this scene, Todo's imagination cut was one of the best parts of the episode. Todo was pretty much done after losing his arm, for obvious reasons. Taking a direct hit from Mahito's Black Flash and clapping his hands as one last resource to get away from him. However, as beat up as Todo was, he had one last moment to shine. Right after Todo went down, Mahito unlocked his Frieza-like final form. Another point in the battle that I think they could have done better. The clash between Mahito and Yuji went by without any spectacular moments. The only good moment was Todo's ironic fake clapping that allowed him to switch places with Yuji to land one final Black Flash. His mighty curse technique is now ruined, but his epic speech and feint served as one last iconic moment for an iconic character that we love since day one. And thankfully he's not dead like the rest of them. And what better way to do that than a round of applause and a stellar victory over Mahito. Stellar ending in a preview to episode 46. Even though the battle wasn't great, the aftermath and the moments to follow were great. Hard to forget Yuji's words when he recognizes that Mahito was right all along. They are the same, no more searching for meaning or excuses. He will keep killing curses until he rusts away, because he's just another cog in the machine. His words fit perfectly with his look and his scary looking face, wounded and even showing his teeth through the cut, almost like he's leaving humanity behind and becoming what he always needed to be, a ruthless curse killer. The analogy that follows this scene is perfect. Mahito turns into a rabbit running away from the wolf in a forest covered in, you guessed it, snow. The slight moments where he goes back to reality, breaking down Mahito's delirium, despite the attitude towards the life of others. Fight for his with all he has. Despite Yuji's worry and will to help others, he pursues him with the intent of killing, without second thoughts, cold and composed. This gorgeous build-up breaks down at the end. Final boss shows up once and for all, as a godlike figure, as the savior the real Geto pretended to be. Pseudo Geto breaks into the scene. His long-awaited appearance in the Shibuya arc is finally here, but patience will be rewarded as his true intentions will unravel once and for all. Thank you guys for watching. If you like videos like this, don't forget like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit this noti bell, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.
Nigga, I'm ghost.
That's dope.